Authorities in the Zamfara state of Nigeria have begun vaccination of people against meningitis. The vaccination follows an outbreak of the deadly disease which has claimed more than 300 lives, including children and women. 500,000 doses of the vaccine will be administered during the vaccination period. And spare parts dealers at Obosioka in Accra are in talks with government to resolve issues regarding the 10% levy on import duty on spare parts, which is yet to take effect. Chairman of the association, Joseph Paddy, says the group is not disappointed in the delay of scrapping the levy and will remain patient and positive as discussions continue. 5 deaths and 31 injuries have been recorded in 1,455 fire outbreaks between January and March this year. Domestic fires topped the list with 522 outbreaks. The Ghana National Fire Service says it will, from June this year, inspect every home for fire certificates. Those were our major news highlights. Up next is the big one. Please stay. Welcome back. Now, an autopsy report by the Ghana Health Service in the Ashanti region has revealed meningitis as the cause of death of some 4 students at the Kumasi Academy. 26 cases have so far been recorded in the region.
Within the past 2 weeks, some parents of students of Kumasi Academy over the weekend rushed to the school to send their children home following the death of 4 students. Earlier reports suggested food poisoning as cause of death, while others pointed to spiritual causes. Autopsy reports confirmed meningitis as cause of death. The Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei Mensah broke the news.
Experts from the Ghana Health Services at the district, regional and national levels, together with an experienced colleague from Konfanoti Teaching Hospital and the School of Medical Sciences, we can propose the cause of these deaths as meningitis. The School of Medical Sciences, we can propose the cause of these deaths as meningitis.
As a remedial measure, the regional minister indicated hospitals would be assigned various schools to monitor the situation to ensure early detection and case management.
Which means that each senior high school is going to be allocated with a particular hospital. Orientation of all medical superintendents, doctors, physician assistants, and prescribers on meningitis. Massive awareness of the general public on meningitis and other epidemic-prone conditions. Intensification of surveillance at all levels, including private hospitals in the entire region. Strengthening collaboration between GS and Ghana Health Services to ensure the health and safety of all people and students.
2 students, one from Boko Senior High and the other from Boko Senior Technical School, were reported to have died of cerebrospinal meningitis (CSM), while 11 others were hospitalized. CSM usually occurs in March and April when maximum temperature is recorded at over 40 degrees Celsius.
Let's speak to the Ghana Education Service. Reverend Jonathan Bete is the Public Relations Officer of the service. He's joining us on telephone lines now. Reverend, good evening. This is not a very good evening, I must admit. How worried is the Ghana Education Service as we now have about 6 people dead from meningitis in Kumasi Academy and some students also in Boko Senior High School?
Well, thank you very much. The management of Ghana Education Service would like to use this opportunity to express their gratitude to the regional minister, regional director of education, and all other senior stakeholders who have taken it upon themselves to come out with this vivid report about the incident. Well, when Ghana Education Service Management heard about this issue, we were very sad, and initially we expressed our condolences to the bereaved families also. Management is taking a decision to collaborate with the health department and all other stakeholders to help us curb this menace, and also have a visit to the district hospitals as to liaise with the doctors how best we will help our children from this epidemic.
Reverend, I asked how concerned you are. I mean, you're giving me a narrative of what engagements you've had with other stakeholders, but I want to know whether the Ghana Education Service is concerned, and I want to see how this concern reflects in the action you're taking to ensure that this problem is resolved very quickly, especially as there are still overcrowding situations in some high schools.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As I earlier on said, the management and the director, the regional director of education, have taken a step to see how best we can reduce the number of children who are expected to be in the classrooms, I mean in the dormitories, and see how the doctors also will collaborate with the doctors also to see how best the students will be treated, their regular visits to the medical services to curb this menace. We know when we've been informed that this can be caused by a sign of fever, chill, and confusion, and vomiting, and sick neck, and all other things. So we need to involve psychologists, clinical psychologists, to help us help our children out of this menace or out of this challenge.
So if I understand you right, you have been trying to get clinical psychologists. May I ask what the essence of that is?
The essence of this is also to help, especially those who are writing their WASI exams now and end-of-term exams, also to come out of that fear and panic. And already we know they are getting close to end-of-term exams, and some will be leaving very soon. So all of that, the whole thing is not affecting only Kumasi, but few other places. So there is a need for us to counsel the children so that to keep their nerves and encourage them against all this.
Right. Reverend, you spoke about overcrowding. Let me focus a bit on that. And you said you're trying to see how to reduce the numbers of students in dormitories. When you say trying to see, that's not very specific. Are you able to tell us a specific action you are hoping or you're putting in place to ensure decongestion in those schools where there are reported cases of overcrowding? Because this is at the heart of the problem, overcrowding, when there are rising temperatures beyond 45 degrees. It is not advisable for students to be overcrowded. So this should actually be your top priority on your top priority list.
Well, thank you very much. It's a fact that there are some schools who still have some empty spaces. I mean, some blocks that they are not using. We want to see how best we can convert those places to dormitories and classrooms, so that it will take care of those people who are overcrowding in their dormitories and classrooms, just to create a space and a good atmosphere for them to have their air breathing well.
Right. Reverend, we're grateful for your time. Thank you very much. Reverend Jonathan Bette is a public relations officer of the Ghana Education Service. He spoke like a reverend and also spoke like a public relations officer. This is News at 10. I'm Stephen N.T. That's it for the big one. We have more news for you. Please don't go away.
I am going to be your investment advisor for today.
This is how the money goes and doesn't come back if you just keep spending. If you're not careful, you'll be eating your fufu without soup. So you need Heritage Fund, a long-term investment for your long-term projects, child's education and retirement. Invest in First Fund to provide the best returns and ready cash in times of need.
We can help you raise money for your business or even own part of a company.
Don't do this to your money. Top up your investments regularly at our partner banks using post-dated check or cash payment at our offices.
So, do you have any questions?
Investments advice made simple. Even children understand.
Your home provides both a sanctuary and personal freedom. It is also where your life unfolds, creating family memories, growing friendships, and nurturing dreams. With Azar Paints, each room becomes an opportunity for personal expression through our rich palette of colors. Trust the brand that millions rely on for consistent high quality, value for money, and lasting beauty. Azar #1.
Watch New Day every weekday at 6 a.m. New Day is brought to you by Givers Capsules and Vodafone, power to you.
Welcome back. Now, the minority members on the Appointments Committee of Parliament boycotted the vetting of some deputy ministerial nominees over Parliament's failure to rise today, Wednesday, April 5. They argued the vetting process was being rushed without recourse to due diligence and background checks. I have in the studio tonight Ahmed Ibrahim, the first Deputy Minority Chief Whip and also a Member of Parliament for Banda. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much. I know this time is very late, and so we're always grateful that you come and join us. How are you, sir?
Very well, man. Good brother.
So let's talk about the boycott. Tell me exactly what the reasons are for your boycotts.
Yeah. Let me say a very good evening to our cherished viewers in the first place. I know it has been a while ever since I appeared here. To begin with, I think the minority in Parliament today have done our best in making sure that we help government to establish his government machinery as well as possible. So ever since we finished vetting the first 36 ministers that was brought to the House, then after that, the 10 regional ministers that were making it 46. Then the 10 deputy regional ministers making it 56. We were holidaying. Then we told government that Parliament has no time to be holidaying. We are paid to work. And therefore, much as we in minority will want to help government to establish its government machinery as well as possible, government should bring out at least, if not all, some of the deputy ministerial nominees for the appointment committee to begin working on them so that we'll be able to help government as well as possible. Or what the majority leader told us was that it wasn't the responsibility of the minority. Government was going about his way of establishing his government, and therefore our call.
But you don't think that is fair?
I don't think that is fair because we are paid to work. Therefore, if you are in Parliament, you go and sit down, or let's suspend sitting. Then you suspend. Meanwhile, there is work to be done. 275 parliamentarians are paid to work. Everything, Parliament in session. Then what happened was that when the lists were brought, government was trying to make sure that he compiled all the deputy ministerial lists before bringing them. Meanwhile, that is not what government did when he was bringing the first substantive minister.
You think that the delays was a result of lack of preparations on the part of government, which is now dragging you into excess work, which you're
not necessarily. Even we are not boycotting it as a result of even the delay. We are boycotting it as a result of inability to do due diligence work, because the vetting committee had already published the names of the nominees that have been brought to Parliament. You've already given out the days and the schedules on which you were going to vet them. And you know, appointment committee does its work in consultation with the memoranda and petitions received from the public. The public are preparing their petitions and those in memoranda and everything that based on the information and the days that you've given them. Some were told that some were going to be vetted as far as 18th May, 15th May, 17th May, only to be told that you are vetting them this week. So assuming somebody was preparing some kind of memoranda or petition to be brought to the notice of the appointment committee, before the person will bring it...
That would have been scuttled.
Exactly.
Right, let's hear from the majority side. Honorable Matthew Nyindam is the first Deputy Majority Chief Whip and Pandai MP is on the telephone line. Sir, Honorable, good evening. I'm grateful that you could join. The minority served notice last week during the reading of this week's business statement. Was the majority side of the House surprised by the decision to boycott vetting?
Let me say good evening to your viewers and listeners as well. I think when we met at the business committee level, we programmed for the week. And if you look at the statement that was read on the floor of Parliament by the majority leader, the statement clearly shows that we are rising on Friday. It is true that the minority leader raised some concerns at the business committee level that they were not prepared to do beyond today. But Parliament is such that you do business every week. So if you have business to do, you cannot say that we are not going to take part in your program. We all agree that yes, we've done quite a good work. We've done quite well. If you look at this, we did the budget, that is true. The state of the nation, that is true. But we have unfinished business to do. And we all know, we all agree that, look, it is our responsibility as a House to form the next government, because we have to vet the ministers, approve them for the whole executive to be in motion.
But the minority's position appears to suggest that you're rushing through this and there is lack of preparations. You're not giving people ample space and time to do background checks and all of that. This is fair position. This is a fair position from the minority. Would you say?
You see, that is true. I would not say that we should rush the people, we should leave them, because we are talking about people who are coming to serve this country. And I agree that we must do due diligence at the end of the day. Credible individuals must be made to serve the nation. Like I earlier on was saying, even when the president brought the list to Parliament, I can say without any contradiction that even the minority leader on the floor of Parliament even suggested that they could even do 8 a day. He suggested it, that they could do 8 a day. But we don't know why this U10, we don't understand this U10.
Mr. Nyindan, I'll have you hold. Let's get back to the studio and get a reaction quickly. Mr. Nyindan is not sure, Honorable Nyindan is not sure why the sudden U-turn from the minority
It's not
side.
like a sudden U-turn. You see, if what he's saying suggests to you that we were ready to, even if they bring you 54 ministers, and you say that you are going to even try as much as possible to vet even 8 a day, meaning we were trying to make sure that we are able to vet all of them. But here is the case per our standing orders. Standing order 1723, 1724 says that after the vetting committee, the appointment committee has done it, within 3 days they must bring their report to Parliament. So if you are vetting, and this is the same committee, the clerks are the same people who are vetting. So they vet without being able to bring report to Parliament. Even the recent report that was debated last week concerning the 4 ministers of state together with some 8 deputy ministers. What happened on the floor was that we ended up saying that, oh, after the chairman has presented the report, then one person talked from here, then another person from here, then that ends it. This tells you that we were even rushing that one through.
Suggesting also that violation of standing orders.
There's violation of standing orders, and that's how practically it has become I don't know how to even
words. I can imagine.
Practically, it has become unavoidable that there is no way we can avoid extending this vetting or this committee's work to our next meeting. And even per our standing order, the speaker reserved the right. And the appointment committee are even saying that even immediately after the Easter, they will come back to continue. That's how they decided to do it.
So what's the plan?
The speaker has...
What's the plan for the rising of the House?
Let me tell you, you know the difficulty they've gotten themselves into. This meeting on the other paper, they said that even this week we were supposed to be doing the formula for the District Assembly Common Fund, the formula for the GET Fund, the formula for the National Health Insurance Fund. Meanwhile, you fired all the chief executive officers of those places. So you've not been able to put on the formula. Meanwhile, you keep on advertising formula for this, and there is no way even on Friday they can even do it. Right. So we keep on going to sit in Parliament and those kind of things, and this kind of things is good. So it's like, sometimes it's painful. They should have thought between the lines by making sure that if we fire the NHS boss, we will not get the formula by this time. If we fire the GET Fund boss, we will not get the formula by this time. So because of that, you have brought new people, you are not able to get on the other paper today like this. You said we should do extended sitting because you have business for us to do. We went and sat down. We were in the chamber. We debated statements on no other public government. So what kind of work are we doing? You are not being fair to the public.
Minority feels that the majority side is not being fair with the minority. A quick reaction to that.
I think they know why they sudden U-turn, but I can tell you that I do not want to compare.
Well, he's insisting that there was no sudden U-turn.
Yes,
that you knew their position all along.
If you look at the business statement that we all approved on the floor of Parliament, we are supposed to rise on Friday. And I heard my colleague talking about we not having business on the floor. Is it now telling me today that statement that we take on the floor of Parliament is no more business? Is that what my friend is telling me today? Is he telling me that the committee that we sitting today vetting
public business
means they don't have any business doing?
What public business did they do today?
That is not true. My colleague sitting down there
government has no business. That's what I'm saying. There was no government business done today on the floor.
The loan for members
let's wait for him to make
are yet to get their vehicles, and this we must have a committee on the whole tomorrow to make sure that we look at some of these financial agreement. He's telling me it's not business. Even if they are claiming that they are rising today, if they are holding on to the fact that they don't want to go beyond today, why did they decide to boycott the appointment committee today? Why did they decide to do that? Because if you claim that you are not going to do beyond today, appointment committee was sitting, but you people left. You decided not to take part in today's vetting.
Let me get a reaction from the Honorable in studio.
We said per the standing orders, those that you vet, within 3 days you must bring the report to Parliament. So we were insisting that today appointment, if you are going to rise on Friday, like they are suggesting, today, those that you vetted yesterday, those that you vetted Monday, Tuesday, today is Wednesday. Monday, you've not been able to bring them. Even last week, those that you vetted last week, you've not been able to bring the report. So it's like, what kind of work are you doing? Are you vetting them without bringing report to the floor of Parliament? It was not just for nothing that the framers of the standing order said that when you are vetting, you must be bringing.
The majority has the numbers to get the consensus without you.
You know, let me tell you, that is what has brought them into where they are today. You see, when you are rushing issues and people are questioning you, it is not for nothing that road signs exist. It is not for nothing that you see policemen or traffic officers standing on the. It is just for caution. We gave now. Why is it that spare parts dealers are running after them today? Then you rush your budget through. You brought it. We pass it for you. You say you are going to scrap off taxes on spare parts. We pass it for you. Why are they not being able to implement it?
Let's go back.
You see, they've run into difficulties. This government is overspeeding, but they should know that overspeeding can kill.
Honorable Nyindan, the minority says that you are overspeeding. Is that what it is? Let's wrap up our conversation and then.
We are not overspeeding. They are just trying to get some kind of sympathy. I don't know. We have business to do. Ghanaians have given us opportunity to serve them. We have just 2 days. 2 days to be able to finish vetting the ministers. We are appealing to them to come back. Let's all do business. Let's serve this nation. At the end of the day, it is our motherland. And it is our interest to make sure that the right things are done. They are just trying to make issues out of nothing.
Right, Honorable Matthew Pandai, we're grateful for your time. Thank you very much. Nyindan, Honorable Matthew Nyindan, Pandai MP, thank you. Honorable Ibrahim, let me end with you. You want to scrutinize well, but some will say in the past when you were in the majority, this didn't happen much.
It did happen. Every scheduled day that was given to the police, assuming you wanted to change it, you have to amend it by making the public aware that we said we were going to vet these ministers in May. We've amended it by making sure that we vet them now. So anybody who has any information about any nominee will bring it to Parliament for you to take into consideration. When they sit on the vetting committee or appointment committee, the questions they are asking are not just from their mind. These are petitions, memoranda, requests, the public have furnished them with. So if the public were ready to furnish you with information in May, and because you have told them that you were going to do the vetting in May, then you all of a sudden you've changed your mind that you are doing it in April.
Right. How
How would the public be able to give you the information? And some of these investigations, sometimes you write to foreign missions abroad. You understand? It is not just for, sometimes even Ghana missions abroad, you go there, some have dual citizens and those kind of things. How will you be able to sit just in this stadium and get all those information? You are going to rubber stamp the vetting process, but overspeeding can kill.
Ibrahim, I'm grateful.
Whatever they want, who will do it for them, but it is for them to be able to serve Ghanaians well. Like the spare parts issue that Abosokan, they were jubilating. Go to Abosokan tomorrow and see whether people are jubilating. Now they are crying. Why is it that within 2 days after the passage of the decision, the people have seen that?
Right, we can end our conversation. Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, First Deputy Majority Chief Whip, we're grateful for your time. Let's move on now. The police administration has asked people who install siren and use same without authority to disconnect them within a week. The police says it is an offense to use siren or toot horns without prior approval, and it will crack the whip to enforce the law after the deadline.
Regulation 74 subsection 2 of the Road Traffic Regulation 2012 LI 2180 provides that a person shall not fit on a motor vehicle a warning appliance other than a type approved by the licensing authority, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority DVLA. The law lists categories of entities permitted to install and use sirens as a government vehicle used for official purpose by the head of state, a police vehicle, a motor vehicle used by fire service, ambulance service, hospital or clinic, motor vehicles for other government security agencies, and bullion vans so registered. A release signed by the Police Public Affairs Director, Superintendent Cephas Atta, expressed regret over the misuse and abuse of the provision, hence the directive. Additionally, the police has cautioned all agencies authorized by the law to use sirens not to abuse their right.
And that's it for News at 10, live from the News Hub. I'm Stephen Enti. Thanks for making time with us. And for those who listened on radio, we're grateful that you tuned in. Good night. There is more news at 3news.com.
Italian Bride is brought to you by Darling Alcoholic Drinks and Yummy Instant Noodles.